The global housing deficit crisis has emerged as a pressing challenge affecting billions of people worldwide, despite several housing policies and schemes initiated by successive administrations. Millions of Nigerians are still homeless. Correspondent Kunyujo in this report examines the impact of government policies in the area of housing development and how it has benefited the masses. The report.
By 2030, it is anticipated that approximately 3 billion individuals, or roughly 40% of the world's population, will lack proper housing. With this global context, Nigeria started out with an unprecedented housing shortfall, worsening the broader crisis despite numerous housing policies of successive administration in the country.
In the world, beset with urgent and growing environmental challenges, the climate change, resource depletion, urban sprawl, and an increasing demand for housing and infrastructure. These challenges require adopting a mindset of innovation, especially in design and construction. More than any other sector, the building industry holds the key to solving many of
our planet's resources are finite, and the construction industry is one of the largest consumers of these resources. As architects, we must lead the charge in reducing the carbon footprints of our buildings by embracing materials that are not only sustainable, but also locally available.
Recognize the fact that the construction industry in Nigeria has been plagued with a multitude of problems, stemming from building collapses to the high cost of building materials, and also an alarming deficit of skilled workers. All of this affecting our industry. However, these challenges, which are not just peculiar to our country alone.
Annually, the country constructs about 600,000 fewer homes than needed, contributing to a staggering current deficit of more than 20 million homes that has been growing for decades. The scale of this deficit is further highlighted by the fact that Nigeria's total current housing production is approximately 100,000 units per year for a population of more than 200 million, creating a substantial gap between the supply and demand.
African states have struggled to respond to challenges of rapid rural-urban migration as well as surging population estimated to hit 2.5 billion by the year 2050. Which is up from the current estimates of 1.4 billion. It is generally accepted that this estimate of 2.5 billion, Nigeria alone will account for over 400 million, ranking her the third largest country globally.
As urbanization and economic growth continue, the housing demand in major urban centers like Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Ibadan and Kano is growing at about 20% per annum. Some Nigerians bear their minds on government policies in this direction.
Affordable housing, the government, I must commend the government of Nigeria. They are doing well in terms of a housing plan. It's a lot. The thing is still that a lot of Nigerians we are not fully aware of federal government policies and the programs, and that's a very big problem for us. If we are fully aware of government programs, we'll see that Federal Housing Authority is doing a lot in terms of affordable houses, and look at the Federal Mortgage Bank too. Is doing one with World Bank across Nigeria.
This is the area they woefully fail. They are not producing any property for low earners, for low incoming earners. As far as I am concerned, I am a civil servant. For the past 1 year, federal government has released my fund to my mortgage facility, which they are unable to release it to me due to their, how am I going to put it? Can I call it I don't care attitude or what? So the houses, how much? Look at the cost of houses in Nigeria. What are the affordability in the properties they are producing?
In light of these challenges, the exploration of alternative financial strategies becomes imperative for Nigeria to bridge the housing gap and provide affordable housing solutions to its citizens.
We must commit to building sustainable and affordable buildings with materials that are sourced locally. In a nation blessed with abundant natural resources, it is imperative that we leverage these resources to create architecture that is both environmentally responsible and economically viable. But sustainability must not come at the cost of affordability. Our challenge is to create buildings that are both green and accessible to the majority of our population. This is where innovation comes into play. We must explore new construction techniques, modular designs, and materials that can bring down cost without compromising on quality or sustainability.
To address the affordability gap, real estate developers are reimagining financial models that will make funding easier and available for prospective home owners. Kunle Ojo, Galaxy TV.